What is a pine nut, exactly? If you're a food enthusiast, you likely enjoy learning quirky facts about what you eat. Have you ever pondered who first crafted pizza or whether an eggplant is truly a fruit? Food trivia can be endlessly fascinating. Today, we're diving into the intriguing world of pine nuts. These small yet flavorful seeds play a key role in beloved dishes like pesto. But what exactly are pine nuts, and where do they come from? Let's explore their surprising origins and understand why they carry such a hefty price tag. Contrary to what their name might suggest, pine nuts are not actually nuts. They are the edible seeds found within pine cones. The most commonly harvested pine nuts come from the stone pine and pinyon pine trees. These species are favored because they produce larger seeds that are easier to harvest and consume. However, pine nuts can come from various pine tree species across different regions of the world, each with unique characteristics influenced by their specific environments. Pine nuts occupy a unique space in the classification of nuts. While they are seeds, they are often grouped with nuts in culinary contexts. According to the Anaphylaxis campaign, people who are allergic to tree nuts are not necessarily allergic to pine nuts. This is due to the different botanical families they belong to. However, food allergies are highly individual, and those with tree nut allergies should still exercise caution with pine nuts. If you've ever purchased pine nuts, you've likely noticed their high price. This is due to several factors. Harvesting difficulty. Extracting pine nuts from pine cones is labor-intensive. The cones must mature fully before the seeds are ready for harvest, a process that can take several months. Tree maturity. Pine trees take over a decade to start producing cones that contain pine nuts. This long maturation period limits the availability of pine nuts. Manual labor. Harvesters often place pine cones in burlap sacks and leave them in the sun to speed up the drying process, making it easier to extract the seeds. This step, combined with the manual effort of smashing the cones, adds to the cost. The journey of pine nuts from tree to table is a meticulous one. Pine cones are left to mature on the tree for several months. Once ready, they are harvested and placed in the sun to facilitate the drying process. This drying makes it easier to break open the cones and retrieve the seeds inside. The nuts themselves are encased in a hard shell that must be cracked to access the edible seed. Understanding the complex process behind harvesting pine nuts gives us an appreciation for their value and why they're considered a premium ingredient. Now that you're well versed in the story of pine nuts, your next dinner party will be filled with fascinating food facts. Did you know that vanilla flavoring often comes from the vanilla orchid? And macchiato means stained or spotted in Italian? Food trivia like this not only enriches your culinary knowledge but also makes for great conversation starters. Pine nuts, with their rich history and labor-intensive harvest process, are more than just a simple ingredient. They are a testament to the intricate and fascinating world of food production. Next time you enjoy a spoonful of pesto, take a moment to appreciate the journey those tiny seeds took to reach your plate.